रात के बजे हैं 4:30. I mean, people call it सुबह के 4, but it's रात. Okay, let's get that right. So I'm going to call this video how to be famous. A lot of people want to be famous, and the cool thing would be to say everyone can be famous, everyone can be like successful at it. And let me start by saying I don't think that's the case. I don't think everyone can be famous, just like how everyone cannot be good at racing, cannot be good at sketching, cannot be good at creativity. I feel most of these things are gifts. And the only people who try to convince you that, oh, you can also do this, everyone can be this, they are either trying to sell you stuff in which they want to just expand their market base. I am not selling you anything right now, so I will just be honest with you. I feel most of the things in life are gifts. You can hone that gift for sure, but if you don't have that gift, you cannot steal that gift, if that makes sense. So I feel like if you're destined to be famous, you will know. You will know from a very early point in your life that you're destined for something big. And how do you know that? The first thing is that when God has something unique planned, He will mark you. And when He marks you, everything else that is not aligned with His plan for you will just not work. You will try desperately to fit into something. You will desperately try to like be someone. It will just not work, because God really wants you to know that it's literally the only thing you can do. And so when you're destined for like fame or getting public attention or being an object of public attention, I'm talking like this in a weird way because there are people who were like crazy fighting in the room before, like behind me, and I don't want to trigger them because I am in Delhi right now, and these people are fucking idiots. Like, no, not idiots, but like, so I don't want to be killed. Anyway, so the point I'm getting to is that once you are marked for like fame, you will know, because you will just stand out. You're not made for the crowd, you're made for the stage. And when you're made for the stage, you will just not fit in to the people. You will have a presence that either bothers people. Second, you instinctively attract a certain kind of people. It can be the weird ones, it can be the good looking ones, it can be a specific kind of people. You just are magnet to them. You don't have to put any effort. You can just place yourself in a place, and I feel like your people will find you. You are naturally like a lighthouse, and when your people see you, they're like, oh, the source is there, and they instinctively are drawn towards you. And literally, like, your only job then is to not hide it. So what essentially people should not do is to build these layers of like domesticated things around that lighthouse. Just let that lighthouse do its work. Just be raw, be vulnerable, be willing to be hated, be willing to be disliked, be willing to be, just be yourself, because you have that gift. And it is like without even effort that will work. So if you're destined for fame, it's going to work because it's not even in your control. Like, God has picked it for you. Now, all of what I'm saying might not be actually true, but if you are destined for fame on some level, you need to be little delulu. You need to be little like convinced that you're the chosen one. You are the Khalisi. Ever since I was a kid, I have thought of myself as a hot girl. What that means is I don't literally identify as a hot girl. That's not what I mean. But you know how hot girls sort of have like this mean girls energy? Like they are very much like, oh, I'm too cool to be amongst you. Oh, I'm like too, like I choose you. I choose you. Like just the feeling like, oh, I step into this place and I surround myself with a vibe. That's how I feel as a famous person. You need to be, in your. I just feel one more important thing I feel like you should do is, you have to constantly reinvent yourself. I feel like one thing is to be yourself, but you have to constantly keep exploring the things that you're doing, right? You have to keep exploring who you are and the waves that you are. For example, if I tell you about my thing, I started with like these weird bar chart racing videos. That's what I made. It felt the safest because it did not involve like my voice or my, anything. It was just like me coding and then me generating stuff. It was all like data, it was all like coding, and then you could like literally see these things move. And that kind of blew up, so that was good. But then I was bored with it. It was like that was a gold thing, but I was so bored with it, I killed it. I open sourced the whole thing so that anyone could do it. Guess what? Um, I don't know if someone did because it still requires effort, but I killed it myself. And then I switched to something else. I created maps and then I started making those and I kept posting. You would have seen like some maps with those like colors. That's me. I'm responsible for all the lafra that happens between states. Anyway, so I did that for a very long time. Parallelly, while I was doing all my analytical skills here, I felt like my heart softy side wasn't getting expressed. So I made like linguistics videos, and that was me introducing my human voice. You know, it made me give more of myself to my art, and so that was fascinating. It was obviously like a risk when I first did it because people could be like, oh, your voice sounds so weird, but then I think I adjusted it so that like I sound like a nice person, and then people really liked it. And then I kept doing all these languages. I first enjoyed it. I like sort of felt like I was celebrating different languages, but after a while, I felt like a whore. I felt like a prostitute who was just dancing in front of people, and I wasn't really that nice a person. If you had figured it out. Oh my god, that fucking person who was like saying a lot of mean things, he just coughed. So I don't want him to like listen to me. Anyway, so the thing is, I was tired of being a whore, and so I switched to something that is more closer to my persona, which is like interpreting texts and connecting the dots and explaining those connections to people. Okay. Oh my god, unintentional ASMR. Anyway, so right now, the current phase, I'm explaining Vedas to people, which is like a whole interesting thing because I feel I look at culture and I look at texts in a very different way. I do not, like, I'm a spiritual person, but it's very inside me. I don't do like bhakti wala spirituality. My spirituality is different, but it is closer to how the Vedic people sort of. I resonate a lot with the Vedic people, so that's my current obsession. And I feel like my personality has changed so much as I have started taking an interest in Vedic interpretation. For example, I've been called in desires that are there in me. And there is a risk that is there in the content of overexposure. What if you present yourself so much, like people are tired of looking at your face and they're like, we're so bored with it, we want something new. But honestly, the secret is to not give a fuck, because the people who are meant to stick will stick. And guess what? No two people who follow you for the same reason. For someone, they actually like the quirkiness of you. For someone else, it's what you say that is more important. For someone else, they're looking up to you for like relatability, whatever. Your job is not to care for like why people are following. Your job is to literally make that gift keep like that's literally your job. So stop thinking about it. Identify if you have the gift. The only way you can know that is to try. And if you don't have the gift, I feel you'll figure it out. Like it'll feel off, so off that you're never going to do it again. I don't know, but I just feel like you'll know if you have the gift. And if you know you have the gift, keep respecting it and keep following it. Go where it takes you. Okay? And that's it. People follow people not because they're good people. People follow people because they take them to places that these people wouldn't be able to go without them. That's why they follow you. So take people to places where they want to go but they don't know how to go. And yeah, that's literally how you attract public attention. That's it. Be Delulu. Honor the gift and keep reinventing yourself time to time. Kill your darlings. And I think that's a good note to end this video in. Bye bye. Oh my god, my fucking dark circles